Yes, now I want to call upon the stage Dr. Nagendra, physician by profession, Chief Scientific Officer at VRS Private Limited, a CRO specialized in conducting clinical trials across globe, consultant at Health Clinic Bengaluru, Vedavrati at Sakshi. The great, remarkable thing is student of Professor R.L. Kashyap.
Namaste. So the topic is Vedic and Philological Studies in light of Sri Aurobindo. So let me start with the conclusion. So we have the speech, I am talking. So this is a word formation. This is a form, it's a product. Then the process of speech, it's forming and coming out, including the raw material. That's a process or technique or the procedure. The second part, I have the product, I have a technique, and behind that there is a source. We have a product like a television or a projector or a mic, that's a product. And then I have the process or procedure to bring it, and then there is a source. Is it clear with that? Now Sri Aurobindo says, try to know this source. That's my conclusion. So rest all what I speak from now, it's my show off. I want to show that I know Sri Aurobindo, I have read Sri Aurobindo, I have understood Sri Aurobindo, I am doing sadhana Sri Aurobindo, and maybe I am Sri Aurobindo. So we'll get into the show. Are you ready for the fun? It will have fun. Now you are clear with what I am going to say. Don't try to understand. There is a product, there is a process, there is a source. Whichever you like, you concentrate. Product is mantra. The process is the way it has come out with the sadhana or connection or whatever. Or it's just a divine grace. But where is the divine? The source. If you want actual philology, go to the source. So with that, so I think to go. How is it already? My introduction is gone long or? I thought I finished in 1 minute. It's already meter is. Okay. So this is the background. So I'll read only this slide. Next slides we'll just look at into it, and then I'll try to wind up at the earliest possible so that we can have something to which you can enlighten me. So please listen to this. I will read. This is verbatim by Sri Aurobindo, The Secret of the Veda. I'll tell you a beauty what I got it yesterday. To turn the thought and word into form and expression of the superconscient truth, which is hidden beyond the division and duality of the mental and physical existence, was the central idea of the Vedic discipline and the foundation of its mysteries. It's so clear. Now, if it is not clear, what is missing is, as yesterday Sri Puttu Kulkarni sir, he mentioned, what was missing in English language is the Akasha Tattva of it. The language was lacking the Akasha Tattva, which is the source of language formation. And Sri Aurobindo was able to connect that language of English with the Akasha Tattva, and then he divinized English. I would say this is the greatest contribution of Sri Aurobindo to make the English as the Deva Bhasha. So you read Sri Aurobindo, you get the feel of Veda Bhasha, the same mantra what it is. That is the reason even English speaking people or those who are studied in English language or medium, they find it difficult because we all are trained in this. Instead of Panchabhuta, only 4 Bhutas language. This missing of Akasha Tattva was clearly, he linked it. That is the evolution. So that is the beauty what we are looking into. So now if we are getting connected with that Akasha Tattva, it's not English, it is not Samskrita, it is not Kannada or Malayalam. Or yesterday we saw that how Samskrita was absolutely soaking in when it was spoken. Okay. So this is a long introduction. As I said, this is only my show off. Don't worry about this. There are many things that's happening. In fact, I prepared more than months back. Probably that was a different consciousness altogether. So even I may not very much interested to read that. We will circulate this. It's a very, in fact, there is a whole complete paper is there. That may be more better to do it. This is a philology just for the academic purpose. The modern definition is the branch of knowledge. I took it from Google. The branch of knowledge that deals with the structure, historical development and relationships of a language or languages. So, I think I need one help. I can't see Sri in Sri Aurobindo. Rest all I am fine. I just want that to be projected. Rest of the words I don't mind. Please, if the projector can be adjusted for Sri Aurobindo. So this is it. I'm not talking about the definition. I'm talking about the language that is missing there. That is a branch of knowledge that deals with the structure, historical development, relationship of a language or language. There is this very clear. No doubt, that's how the philologists are working. It's fine. But what Sri Aurobindo's approach says, this is fine. A philologist, now you get connected. A philologist's sole business is or ought to be with the history of words and of the association of ideas with the sound forms which they represent. You see the definition difference? It sounds very, very similar, but he goes to, that's the sole business is to connect the sound forms which they represent. That's a product. Don't get carried away with the product or with the procedure, including raw materials, be connected with the central idea. So what happened in the philology, that we don't have to get into too much of it. So this is how he says the approach is to go into it. So this is continuing with that. There are many meanings, how there is a work that's happening. I think it's more academic purposes. So here the most important one is Samskrita. What is that? This Samskrita, what we are calling, we may call it a classical Samskrita. I am not a scholar. We have mixed scholars here. Samskrita is the key to the problem. Now we have some problem of connecting with what is in the mantra. But this is what we are talking classical Samskrita. But even the classical Samskrita, which is a variation of that original Deva Bhasha, is the key. Now still we have a key. That's not missing. The key is, it represents us with a true primary form of speech. It is retaining the primary form of speech which was the Deva Bhasha during the Vedic period. So it is still continuing, it is still maintaining that purity, whereas there are many languages, it's sprouted out of that, many languages, and it has lost that link slightly. So if you start from any other language, it may be difficult. It's not that you will not go, you may be slightly, it is not having that purity, whereas the Samskrita is having that. It reveals the roots of its being and betrays the principles of its formation. So it is straight away it is going to connect us. So in that way, it's very, very essential for us to get a feel of classical, even the classical Samskrita, what we are talking, unless at least a basic background. We as Bharatiyas, very fortunate, because for us it's naturally connected. All our Bhasha, starting from any of the language states, you take it, the roots are straight away connected. Majority of the 60% of our words are already from the Sanskrita. So it's very easy for us. That's good enough, but at least we should be able to understand what it is. It makes if you want to connect to the source. So this is how the word formation happens. Now I'll try to explain what is the product, what is the procedure, and then what is the source. Now the product is what we are. That's what we can say today's physical science, or what we call it as science. Generally, when we mean science, is what I can perceive through our five sense organs. Now, this science, I'll try to explain and try to see how easy it is. There's a word, sound. Now, what is this sound? The sound is some vibration. And what is that vibration? It is 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. And what is hertz? I'll try to make it easier and more easier. 20 to 20,000 hertz. What is above this 20,000 hertz? It is ultrasound. Can I hear? No. Can I see? Yes. Anybody has seen ultrasound? Scanning? Yes. I can see sound. Can you hear ultrasound? No. But you can see sound. What's the problem? It's out of 20,000 hertz. That is cycles per second. Cycle is how many times the vibration happens per second. If it is 20 to 20,000 times, there is a frequency per second, human ears can hear it. If it is below that 20, it becomes infrasound. Can I hear? No. I am talking about the normal, very, very strong ears, human ears. Deafness and excluding all those things, diseases and other things. Very, very sensitive. Even I would say somebody like Ghanapati, who can, or Ekagrahi, pick it up. The human capacity is 20 to 20,000. If it is beyond that, I can't, but I have a technique through which a transducer and then a receiver, it's like a sense in and out. Through that, I take that sound, I send that beyond 20,000 hertz, and it hits the object, comes back. You've seen the probe when you do the ultrasound scanning? All of you have seen ultrasound scanning when they do it? Abdomen scan. You have a rough idea, or at least in the movies. They show something and then they say, whatever they say, see, this is your liver. Liver. Heart. You would have enjoyed? Did you see anything? No. But you are happy that you saw. That is the product. You are happy. The product, I'm telling, that's a product. Now, why I can't hear about 20,000? That's a natural. That's a human one. Okay, I said, who decided this 20 to 20,000 hertz? That's a natural thing. Don't worry. Why I should not be worried? I'm questioning the product. Then the problem starts. If you start with the product, or the word formation, the problem starts. Why? Because who decided this is 20, this is 20,000?
Source. The source?
Not source. I decided. I gave it a number. Humans gave it a number. This is 1, 2, 3, this is 20. From here onwards, I decide. Then this is 30, 40, 50, 100, 1,000, 20,000. I decide. Then I decide this is the bandwidth. Only that you will hear, all humans. Scientists say that you will hear only 20,000 hertz. I am happy. Are you able to get it? But what is this number? It's a number is very natural. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, what is 1? Can you tell what is 1? Can anybody tell what is 1?
Not 2.
So say this is 1. I don't know, this is not 1. This is actually remote. No, this is 1. See, there is nothing. So okay, if there is nothing, then what it is? It is 0. No, it is not 0. It was not there, it was here. So where is 0 and where is 1?
Inside.
Who made it? You see, it's a natural number, right? It's not natural. I gave it a name. This is 1, this is 2, this is 5. You see how we are deceived by this man-made complete drama of what it is going on. We are bound by a law called as 20 to 20,000 hertz. You can hear. Beyond that, you cannot hear. I am happy with the product. No effort made. Gradually, this will string down and down and down, then you can't hear anything. Then you will go beyond the hertz. Then you will say, I hear something inside. Why nobody else hears? Then you are called, you are deaf. Because you cannot hear anything between 20 to 20,000. clear? So is it looking easy? I made the product easy, right? Okay. And now I will tell you the procedure how this happens. I will see how the word is formed. Very, very in simple terms. Word, what it comes out, it needs the human anatomy of, just concentrate, it becomes very easy. From inside, its articulation is lips, teeth, tongue, and then the palate, and then I have the larynx, and then the vocal cords with all the nerve supply with the laryngeal nerves, and there is a trachea, and there is a bronchi, two bronchi, then gets into bronchioles, then it gets into alveoli. Very simple anatomy I am explaining. What we see and we know. This is a very pure physical surface science I am explaining. Don't get worried. You will understand it. You are understanding everything. Don't worry. This alveoli, it is going on. The air you are taking, which you think it is only air, majority of the nitrogen which I don't use at all. More than 70% nitrogen in the air, I don't use at all. What I need is only oxygen. Very few. And then what I give out carbon dioxide, it is not even 1%. Now, to get to speak, I need to bring that air inside my alveoli. Then it gets into the small alveoli. And from there it gets into bronchioles, and then to the bronchi, and then to the trachea, my vocal cords, and then to all my larynx, and then it's a whole set of articulation. I need to mention some muscles, but because of lack of time, I make it a bit difficult. I will not make it easy. I will not mention the names of the muscles, which is very easy. It's in the textbook. You can refer anytime. This is surface level of meaning, and then it comes out with the back of the throat, the palate, and then there is teeth, tongue, articulating. Even there is a MRI, functional MRI, fMRI, if it's available in the YouTube. You can just say sound and fMRI. The moment, even before you start articulating, the tongue starts twisting. It's a beautiful video. It starts twisting to there is a lot of twitching that is happening, and then you open your mouth, it comes out. So easy sound. So easy to understand word formation. All these are pure physical science. And now that doesn't end there. How this carbon dioxide we are giving out, right? How it is happening? Just one small more step. There is an alveoli and there is a capillary where the blood has to come. There is one as small as one RBC. It will give carbon dioxide. It will take oxygen. It will take God. So then a small step is entire circulatory system. This circulatory system is connected with my digestive system, and this digestive system is what I eat and then go. And of course I forgot to mention about the saliva. What happens if the mouth is dry? Can you speak? Why? What is the role of saliva in speech? What happens if there is more salivation? Why? How much? How much is required? Did we ever think? It's a very simple saliva. It's gone. What is the science we are talking with the word? Now we get into, the reason I am telling you is, it is an approach where we are taking, it's very, very difficult. The formation, the product, or the process that is happening, or even the raw material of word formation. So what do you need to do with that? So there are some elementary roots by itself. The moment I say a, e, u, it has got an inherent quality in the sound. That's what we are going to the soul of it. So what it says, in its short form, indicates being, the being in its simplicity, without any further idea of modification or quality. Is the most universal. That's you add to, like even Vyanjana, ka plus a, ka. No change in the meaning. Ka, kha, ga. You make it ka, kha, ga. No change because it doesn't modify anything. It is the being itself. Then you go to E. That's why we say a is something, it encompasses everything. E, an intense state of existence, that is simplicity with that being. It's an intense state. Like you say, alli and illi in Kannada. Illi is here. You are very specific, focused and bring it. E makes a difference. A is going there. A A is something where you cannot have anything. E making it more focused and then bringing it here because it is making it intense. I'm talking about the quality of the letter is intense state of existence, being narrowed, forceful, insistent, tending to a goal, seeking to occupy space. What a beauty. This is Ikara, E. And then we have Oo. What happens with the Oo? A wide. How do you pronounce Oo? Oo. Now we say that's completely Swatantra. It doesn't need, all these are Swara. Out of Swara is something which doesn't depend on anything. It's Swara, some completely independent. Then it's coming from the back. E. It's slightly pressing. The tongue is trying to press but not pressed. E. Then you go to Oo. You have to make your lips round. Oo. Try to make it. Don't shy. We are getting that. Don't worry about all are doing. No, everybody is doing. Maybe not be outside. Inside everybody is doing. Ooh. Such a beauty. Ooh. What is that going it? Wide, extended, but not diffuse state of existence, being medial and firmly occupant of space. What that E is doing, it is gradually it's going up. Ooh. To make you something extraordinary, what happens? Wow. Ooh. Why is that? The quality of the sound itself is giving the expression. That is what Sri Aurobindo is taking in the philology. There is a word meaning how it starts. Now we go and he is trying to put his hypothesis how it goes on. I would like to appreciate that what it is. These are his darshanas definitely. Darshanas for is everybody's. It's not anybody's. Darshanas are because we are one. You name any Maharshi or anybody. It is the same. Now you see something like Om. If you have any question, you can stop anytime because I already concluded. This is only my show off, I told you. You want me to do more and more, I am very happy. If you are happy listening, I am happy. If you want a question or if you want to suggest, if you want to add, it's open. It's I am eating your time. Yes, sir. I have it. Yes, sir.
Really, all these things are very good. And linguistically, after invention of oscillography, etc., these things have become very apparent and clear to the people. But saying that, the who is always it denotes pervasiveness or progressive existence. So, okay, you are saying it based on modern science that is explored by instruments. So, since according to Indian tradition, there is no special meaning of any in separation from sentence and word. There is very little meaning of any sound in itself, according to Sanskrit tradition. Pade varnana vidyante, Pade varnana vidyante, vardesh avarvachana, vakyat padanam atyantam pravivekona kasyana. Brahmanartho yatha nasti, kasyat brahman kambale, devadatta dev vakya tathaiva suryanarthaka. This is position of Indian grammarians. And how did you fetch all these things? I want to know the source of it.
Yes, sir. This is very simple. Immediately now, close your eyes, say, feel it. Don't take any book, don't take any textbook, no tradition. Feel. Now you feel the difference. Oh, what is happening? You are manifesting out. You are spreading out. The sound is going. You can feel it. This is what the philology. This is where we are in the evolution. Of course, all the great acharyas, they came up with their own darshanas, and who are they? We are that rishis. And a big clap for all of us, because we are born, we are continuing. If I stop at somebody, then they will laugh at us. Is it the purpose for which I did all those things? We are laughing at ourselves. We are the continuous evolution. We are there. We are continuing the legacy. So we are going there. So with that, I mention one beauty, because very specifically mentioned by Sri Aurobindo. It may help, it may be a bit curious when we all talk about symbolism. For some course Vedic scholars, in the symbolism perspective, he compares the Vedas and Vedic rishis approach. When I say all rishis got darshanas, is fine. But everybody will not get the same quality of a feel, the same kind of an expression, same kind of symbolism. They will not jump into it. So he explains, taking example of two rishis. This is really fascinating. If you take Rishi Madhuchandas, Madhuchanda Vaishwamitra hymns, the materialistic rendering is often inapplicable. That's the symbolism. When you say physically something is there, it is not that relevant. And even when applicable, if it is applicable, yields a much poorer sense than the symbolic rendering. There's not much of it, because the seer, the Madhuchandas, is little concerned with the symbol, because that quality expressed physically also. He is not worried. It might have expressed physically also. It is from para, expression, pashyanti, expression, madhyama, expression, vaikari, expression. So, Madhuchandas Rishi was not worried much. He was there in that plane enjoying, but that I may see in the physical level also. He is fine with that, except as a recognized means of suggesting things supermaterial. That's happening somewhere. Now you see, Rishi Medhatiti is much concerned with the symbol. For him, he is more connected very well connected with the both, the physical world and the higher. Now for him it is very fascinating, like somebody having that, known that as a cow, as a knowledge. Wow, I thought cow is only a milk factory. No, cow is mother. Cow represents, it's a symbol. If somebody sees cow gives milk, so it is my mother, that's a different. But cow itself, I am mother. Or this cow, it can be go, there is a meaning of go in the Sanskrit dictionary itself as a ray of knowledge. If that I can take it, oh, that knowledge in that, knowledge is something which nourishes, which forces, which enhances me, everything. So that if it is, the same thing can I see in a cow here now, can I get that feel of it? Because you know, Indian tradition, after mother's feeding, breastfeeding, the babies in the infant stage or 1 or 2 years, they were giving the cow's milk. Medically it's not required. But they were given cow's milk because they had cow at home. It's easy. Otherwise you like to buy. Now we are buying. They had cows at home. So the baby, they used to choose one cow which the baby will feed on. So the mother, and there is one cow who are breastfeeding this baby. So for that baby, what's the difference between mother and that cow? Is there any difference? Absolutely no. And they will not mix 2 cows' milk. Now we have cow milk, buffalo milk and all the milks put together in a... How can you feel the motherness in the milk? It's impossible. So if you want to feel that, how do I feel my mother? Because she embraced me. I am part of it. And then she fed me with her breast milk. That's why she is mother. Now you see what is happening with that. So this is what, now with going back, what Rishi Medhatiti is much concerned with the symbol and not indifferent to the outer life. He is not saying that. You see that, I will not quote any other example for this, only for the Rishi's experience. In his hymns, the materialistic rendering gives us a good sense without excluding the symbolic. He straight away says this is that. Straight away, because he is enjoying this also, whereas Madhuchandas was more enjoying that. It's a joy. Whether the product or process or source, it's a joy, because the whole purpose is Satchidananda. Ananda is actually manifesting. The pain and pleasure is not. If I am getting Ananda out of pleasure, I am happy with that. If I get Ananda out of pain, I am happy with that. So there is a difference between Ananda inside and happiness outside. Just a small deviation with that. We have a steady state, there is a pain. A pain is there and there is pleasure. What pleasure is? Something which is good, helping me. This is a pleasure. Now, which is good, pain or pleasure? Pleasure is good. This is what we are taught. No, both are distortion of the steady state of Ananda. From the steady state of Ananda, either I fall or go other side. Both is distorting the Ananda state. That's why either you get excited or you get depressed. Both are psychological problems. You become maniac or you get depressed. So what you should do? Steady state. Ananda. So, even a terrorist activity, I am not... don't take me wrong. He is getting Ananda while doing the act. For him, it's not an act. A mother feeding the baby, it's not the process. It is the Ananda she is getting out of that, not this process. Same thing a criminal or a violent act, that is, he thought it is actually giving. After the completion of the act, immediately he realizes, no, that is wrong. Anything I do, anything I talk, anything I think, immediately I will know that that is not correct. How is that? Is it not? We call it as antasakshi, inner consciousness, all those things. No, it will distort the Ananda state. The moment it is distorted, I will know that something is missing or something is going beyond control. Then they say, control yourself. Why? Bring it to steady state. So that is what is happening. Now just this is, I think this is good enough because here you will see what it is happening there. In the conclusion, it's a beautiful, I would say, I would love to read that. It's a beautiful, extraordinary 2 paragraph, maybe lengthy. If you want, I'll read. Else I enjoyed thoroughly. I enjoy reading now. If you want the joy, tell me. Yes? The conclusion is, perfection of knowledge is a right condition. Perfection of the knowledge is a right condition for the perfection of nature and efficiency of life. What a clarity. The perfect truth of the Veda is a fundamental knowledge, the right relations with the truth of things, on which alone, according to our ideas, all other knowledge can receive the true orientation needed by humanity. If you see, human mind can take only 7 words per sentence. That's why we SMS, WhatsApp, only 7 words. Now this may be slightly high. If it is going high, you say Veda, say true orientation needed by humanity. I'm making it SMS. The recovery of the perfect truth of the Veda is therefore, why this conference? The recovery of the perfect truth of the Veda is therefore not merely a desideratum for our modern intellectual curiosity, but a practical necessity for the future of the human race. We are here for the practical necessity. This is not a desideratum. This is not my wish. I come here, I do. No. This is the necessity for the future of the human race, what I am here. If we can set our feet on the path, not vaguely and blindly, but in the full light that streamed so brilliantly and grandiosely on the inner sight of our distant forefathers, our rishis, our pitrus, our speed will be more rapid and arrival more triumphant to that. That is the Veda we are going to. That is living Veda. I want a huge round of applause for Vedas, and then let us thoroughly enjoy the sound. It's a celebration, celebration, celebration. This is the beauty of the Vedas. Let us not get into any of these. Anything less than that is not Veda. If it is not giving joy, Veda, forget it. If it is not Ananda, forget it. This is Sachidananda. Thank you.